Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers and sisters. It's something different again. One, I have cold, so that's not much fun. Two, whoops, that's just minimised itself. I would have continued Dungeon Siege, that's what I'm doing now, Deus Ex rather, but it keeps crashing, which is much to my annoyance, as I got quite far into it when I first tried to play it, then restarted the playthrough, and I can't even get up to the point, even to the docks, that I did in Dungeon Siege. I did it again, Deus Ex. So, yeah, unfortunately I cannot continue that even if I wanted to. So, I've gone back to the Dungeon Siege franchise. Now, for longer time followers of my channel may remember that I completed Dungeon Siege 1 and did get a fair way into Dungeon Siege 2. The reason why I've not gone back to DS2 is because, quite simply, I wasn't enjoying it. It was just becoming laborious. So I thought I would give 3 a try. Now, I never played 3 back at the time. Back in its day, it was released. The first 2 were released in 2002 and 2005, respectively, developed by Gas Powered Games and published by Microsoft. And this one was released in 2011 by Obsidian and published by Square Enix. So it was a very, very different team. And I genuinely know nothing about this one. I bought it as part of a pack 3 years ago, or at least 3 years ago now. So I played it for about 20 minutes to make sure it worked back then, and I don't remember anything about it. So, yeah, I thought I would give this a try, basically. Literally just kind of jumping in and going. I remember those. It's even it's only me to press the A button. I may as well do this on the control pad. Now, this was developed for Xbox, PS4, PS3, beg your pardon, and PC. So we'll see how we get on. Now, I'm not going to use a pad. No, shoot. Storyline.
We are the 10th Legion, exiles from a dying empire who founded the Kingdom of Ebb. For 400 years, we guided and protected our people. We gave them peace, prosperity, fair judgment. Some say it was the death of the old king that turned the people against us. But it was Jane Cassinder who took up the sword and drove us from our chapter houses and estates. I was not there for the final battle, when the last of our legion faced Jane Cassinder beneath the boughs of an ancient, hallowed tree. Nor do I know what power she called upon in that forest to murder my comrades and friends. After that, the forest was changed, twisted and ruined. Only Jane walked out of that place alive. 30 years have passed since the Legion was destroyed, and Ebb has suffered in that time. War rages without end between Jane Cassinder in the east and the royal family in the west. A few sons and daughters of the Legion remain. You are one of their number.
Uh-huh. The only thing I know is that this game is set 150 years after Dungeon Siege 1. Lucas Montbaron. Lucas Montbaron is the son of the former Grand Master of the Legion. He's the last of a noble and respected line, raised in a series of safe houses by families loyal to his father's memory. Lucas will not rest until the Legion is rebuilt and his family's honor is restored. Lucas is a skilled swordsman and a master of 2 combat stances. He can fight with a sword and shield, which allows him to attack quickly, deal heavy damage, and interrupt and stun single targets. When outnumbered, he wields a massive 2-handed sword. While slower to swing and less practical for one-on-one combat, he can use it to strike multiple foes and knock them back, making it an ideal weapon for crowd control. Okay. Anjali. Anjali is an Archon, a legend come to life. In the old stories, Archons were spirits of fire who served the long-lost creator gods. But Anjali was raised by friends of the Legion, and she does not know where she came from, how she came to this world, beg your pardon, or what happened to the others of her kind. Anjali can shift freely between her human form and an incarnation of an elemental fire. In human form, she fights with a staff or a spear, allowing her to fend off multiple attackers while leaping in and out of the fray. In her fiery incarnation, she can hurl bolts of fire, bolts of flame at ranged targets, flood areas with heat and fire, or inflict searing wounds that injure her foes. This is a mage by all intents and purposes. Okay. Reinhardt Manx. Weird ticking thing. Hopefully that doesn't go bang. Reinhardt Manx is descended from a long line of Legion mages. He spent most of his life at the Collegium in the city of Stonebridge. Anyone that remembers the original Dungeon Siege games will know that name. Immersed in the study and practice of magic, Reinhardt is known for his unconventional thinking and innovative magical techniques. A scholar of arcane magic, Reinhardt warps the forces of creation and destruction to his will. His entropic magic can blast a wide area with life-extinguishing force, though it leaves him open to attack. It is perfect for destroying crowds of enemies as long as he keeps them at a distance. His dynamic magic is channeled through an arcane gauntlet and capacitor. Assumedly that ticking thing. It creates deadly currents of energy with a mere motion of his hand, allowing Reinhardt to quickly incapacitate a single target at close range. Well, that certainly is a mage then. The other one's more like a warlock. Katarina. A hunter, I would assume, with the guns. Katarina is the illegitimate daughter of Hugh Montbaron, the former Grand Master of the Legion, and a Lescanzi witch. Nice. Her mother's people are nomads and wanderers, distrusted by many in Ebb, but they are skilled in both warfare and magic, and Katarina has been trained in their ways. Katarina takes a thoroughly practical approach to conflict resolution. Stay out of the sword's reach and settle your problems with firearms. With the rifle in her hand, she can fell distant foes, and even the most resilient enemy can be brought down by her what word is that? Ensorcelled? Yeah. Bullets and debilitating curses. When forced into close combat, Katarina uses sorcery and a pair of short-range sidearms to repel attackers. Okay. Back to Lucas again. So the swordsman, a fiery, fire-orientated warlock of some kind, a mage, and a magic-infused hunter of all sorts. Well, I am typically... it wants me to use the control pad to confirm that. Normally I am of that incarnation, so I'll go with the swordsman. Well, we are familiar with action RPGs, although it's been a while. Casual. Hardcore. No, we'll stick with
I
normal.
write to you, my young friend, with urgent news. I know your childhood has not been easy, passed from one sympathetic household to the next, always one step ahead of our enemies. Your father, Hugh Montbaron, was our last Grand Master, and he would have wanted a better life for his son. But he and your mother are long dead, murdered by Jane Cassinder. As the last survivor of the old Legion, I've tried my best to keep you safe, to ensure that you are trained in the manner of your forefathers, with sword and shield. But Jane Cassinder hunts for us still. Now I fear that her spies may be getting close. We cannot delay any longer. We still have a chance to join together, rebuild the Legion, and take our country back from Jane Cassinder before it's too late. The sons and daughters of the Legion are gathering in the north, at your family's old estate. I urge you to join us in the Valley of Rupenval as quickly as you can. Help us restore all that was lost. Your faithful friend, Odo.
Wasn't he a character out of Deep Space Nine? Welcome to the downloadable content. Oh yeah, Stretches of the Sun was bundled with... You can start the downloadable content at the Grand Chapter House in Stonebridge after you have reclaimed the Chapter House for Legion. Okay, we won't really worry about that. I think that's going to be some way off. It's not forcing me to use the damn... Or was it wanting me to use the control pad? It's wanting me to use the control pad. Oh, well, right. So... Yeah, okay. Yeah, just trying all the buttons basically. Use R to rotate the camera. Oh yeah, okay. Different zoom modes. That one seems okay. Clearly built for control pad use, I'd have thought. Anytime you help topics, yes, I confirm that is there. No jump. On Baron Estates. On fire! Oh dear. Oh, left the gas on. Interact with objects. This man appears to be the descendant of the Legion. He lies dead with a massive sword wound across his chest. Oh dear. This man must have been a descendant of the old Legion. He has been killed by multiple stab wounds. Several arrows protrude from this young man's back. He must have been taken by surprise or was killed as he fled. What's the... there we go. I would prefer to be able to see a bit further forward, but this seems to be a half-finished letter written in Odo's hand. Parts are obscured by dirt and ash, and you can only make out a few lines. My first letter did not reach you, then I urge you to... yeah, as much as that said. Oh no. Join us in the Valley of Rukenval. Most of the others are already here. We number almost 40 in all. This man bears several gunshot wounds. The bullets tore straight through his armor. This man appears to have died from a gunshot wound. He was probably another descendant of the Legion. Quite a little bit less than 40 now. Anything over here? Very dramatic music. 5th day of the old Mont Baron estate. Strange to think that this place has been abandoned for 30 years, ever since the Legion's fall. Even with fires lit, the house seems empty and cold. Well, a lot of fires now. So that's how it all kicked off. Somebody left a fire to go out of control. Some objects in the world contain the right button to reveal their secrets. Determined Shashmir. Well, I wonder what it's determined for. You can equip. Pressing that, select equip. Or just press. He can equip your character with weapons, armor, and accessories. As you select the equipment slots from the row along the top of the screen, the list of items in the lower right will display any items that can be equipped in the slot. Press A to move your cursor to the item list, where you can choose to equip an item in that slot. As you select items, the different statistics between your current item and the selected item is shown in the box to the left. And now, apparently, having a quick look at the wiki for this, that stat list was overcomplicated. Although that seems... so more agility, more will. Will is usually a spellcasty thing, so we'll bung that on. Proceed to attack. Wow. There's a person there. This man, another descendant of the old Legion, has been crushed by falling debris. Oh. Odo tells us that the Mont Baron line is not dead. The son of Hugh Mont Baron is apparently still alive, and he'll join us here soon. And the old Grand Master may have had a daughter as well. Ailets of Resolve. Wrong one. More will and more armor. Awesome. Yeah, that camera move is quite slow. That was again something that was criticised. Money! Oh, green, I assume health of some kind. Many, 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 many.
Well, well. It seems we have another rat trying to escape the trap.
Button mashing. A ring will appear on your target. The color of the ring indicates their health. It will shift from green when they're healthy to red when they're near death. Okay. The man is dead, but his face seems familiar, like he must have been one of Odo's young boars. Raw sword of quickness. Over there. So what's the difference between that slot and this one over here? Oh, shush, money. Great sword and long sword. Oh, yes, of course, because he can do sword and shield as one side. Yeah, there you go. The sword on his back is the two-hander. We haven't yet been told how to switch to it. Thing around there. Hold left trigger while standing to block. Oh, that's what that's for. It drains focus. Okay. That's probably what will is for. Is that focus bar? There's X to stun with the shield. Pummel, yep. He actually got me. Swine! Using it or any other ability will deplete your focus bar. Build focus by attacking enemies. Bang! Those green orbs are health bars, essentially. Okay.
In here.
Martin Goosecard. The health orb. Okay. So he's carrying millions of health potions. Very much moving away from the style of DS1. Tough counters. Counters? Cooters, probably. That. Okay. More stamina, more block. Good stuff. Anything over here? Doesn't look like it.
I was afraid everyone else was dead. Are you all right?
I'm fine. But who are you? Have we met?
No. But I've seen portraits of the Montbaron family, and you can only be Hugh Montbaron's son. My name is Martin Guiscard, and I'm a friend of Odo's, and a son of the Legion like you.
When I got here, the house was on fire, and everyone was dead. How did this happen?
We didn't have any warning. They surrounded the house and hit us fast. I don't even know who hired them. Damn, they found us again. We can't wait any longer. I've set a trap. 3 kegs of gunpowder on the bridge below. Thought I'd cover my escape if they found me. All we need to do is light the fuses. Come on, to the bridge.
Okay, Guiscard. Money. An old adventuring trait. Always break the barrels. Come on, Guiscard. Is that one breakable? Nope.
Go on, light the fuses. Two more to light. Hurry.
Why am I going to do it?
And the last.
Time to run! Don't forget the barrels. And of course it would explode just at the point that was in front of him. Proximity mines, even the medieval era, well done.
The Montbaron estate burned, and with it my dream of a reborn 10th Legion. Or so I thought. I did not know that you and Martin Guiscard had escaped the destruction. As you fled into the night, you bore with you the future. Pursued by enemies, fleeing toward an uncertain fate, you made your way across the empty leagues of the Rukenval. Throughout the journey, you were driven by a single hope, that others had survived the devastation, and that they reached the safety of the Rukenval chapter house. It was a slender hope, to be sure, but even a small hope can warm a man in the cold dark of night. As long as you drew breath, the 10th Legion yet lived. But your foes pressed close about, hunting you. The fate of the Legion, the fate of Ebb itself, rested with you.
Oh, no pressure then.
I know this part of the valley. We've come a long way. I think we're close to the old Legion chapter house. If any of our friends are still alive, that's where they'll be.
The Legion had a chapter house here? In this valley?
They built chapter houses in every part of Ebb, even in remote places like this. They were strongholds where legionnaires would meet, sometimes in fellowship, sometimes for war. You should have seen the grand chapter house in Stonebridge, headquarters for the whole Legion. My father took me inside it once.
Tell me about the attack. What do you remember?
Odo sent letters to all the descendants of the Legion. He wanted to gather them here, train them as legionnaires, and take back the country. Most had already arrived when the mercenaries found us. They surrounded the estate, must have killed the men who were on watch. They smashed through the windows and the doors, slaughtered everyone they could find. Then they set fire to the house.
Those mercenary soldiers, have you fought them before?
They were Leskanzi, I think. A wandering people, from the desert in the north. I have no idea who sent them here. Leskanzi will fight for anyone who pays them. No, our real enemy hasn't shown himself. Or herself. Not yet.
How many people were in the estate when you were attacked?
Almost 40. All sons and daughters of the Legion. Some of them had fought in the wars, but the rest, they were no match for those soldiers. We can hope that a few survived, but most of them are dead. Our enemies didn't seem interested in prisoners.
Did you see what happened to Odo?
No. I lost sight of him when the fire started. But we agreed to meet at the old chapter house if anything went wrong.
That's enough about the attack for now.
Right. Maybe Odo can tell us more, if he's alive.
I've never been here before. Does this valley have a name?
They call it the Rukenval. It's hard country, not easy to control, even with an army. That's why Odo chose this place. He thought we'd be safe here, while we trained a new legion.
How many people live out here?
Only a few. There's a village, Raven's Rill. Most of the people are hunters and trappers, from all I've heard. Pilgrims and merchants used to come here before the Legion fell. Made the town rich. But that was years ago, when the roads were still safe.
Was my father born here, in the Rukenval?
I think so. The Montbarons were granted their land by King Conrad, and the family lived here ever since. Another Legion family had a manor here too. The Gunderics, an old line. Your father didn't trust them.
You said this is hard country. Are there any dangers I should know about?
Spiders. They're as large as a man, and they're smart. They'll ambush travelers on the road. And there's worse things in the forest. Have you heard of the Dakenware? The Beast Lords? In other parts of Ebb, they're only stories. Out here, believe me, they're all too real.
I see those pigeons or blackbirds in the background. We need to watch them.
Thank you. That's all I need to know about the valley.
Sorry I couldn't tell you more. I've only been here for a few weeks myself.
I see you. I see you, birds. You're circling me.
Let's keep moving. We can talk more later.
You're right. The chapter house isn't far. Follow me.
You can save the game with beacons throughout the world. Oh, that's useful.
If our enemies knew we were at the estate, They may have guessed that we'd make a run for the chapter house. No help for it, though. That's where we agreed to meet. We'll have to stay sharp. They could come...
Oops, cut him off there. So what's this one like? Exactly the same.
For us anywhere, at any time.
Uh-huh. Yep, okay. Kind of had that explained to us in... And so that text is put there if you didn't bother to read the character briefs at the beginning.
A military camp. Less Kanzi by the look of it. Can't be a coincidence. Let's look around.
Loot
We might
it!
find out what they're planning.
Our employer has put a bounty, a sum of 500 gold coins on the heads of all legionnaires, dead or alive. In the former case, only confirmed kills will be paid. Good hunting.
So, there's a bounty on our heads. That means...
Oh, cut him off again. He's much. Hold! I need to look at this buckler.
They know we're alive, and they're still hunting for us.
But they knew we were alive when that was written. Swift Gladius. That's nope. Broadsword of Rage. Okay, well this is the... What's the difference then? Let's stick with that one. Nothing else to look at around here, is there? Another save beacon.
There it is. The bridge to the chapter house.
Why do I get the feeling I knew it would be a good idea to save? You go on. I am going for a
Another
wander.
camp. They've hired a whole army.
Oh, hello.
That's all of them. Let's head back to the chapter house.
Small silver bar. Money, I guess. Swift broadsword. That's what I'm using, I believe. Reinforced cuties. Unless the stats are different. Let's have a quick look. Oh, tough ones or reinforced ones. And we'll stay as we are. No difference there. Wrong button.
Come on. The chapter house is in the other direction.
Aha. No, you can't go for a wander, that basically says.
Looks like trouble up ahead.
What's this? Oh well. Looks like I'll make some decent coin for this job after all.
Move aside.
Out of the way. We have no business with you.
Spoken like a man of the 10th Legion. Arrogant and foolhardy. Lucky for me, I found you first. That means I'll get a handsome bonus for your heads.
Who's paying this bonus for killing Legionnaires?
I don't get paid for answering fool questions. I get paid for killing Legionnaires. Lively up, boys. It's time to earn some gold.
Lovely bloke. Switch to the two-hander. Right. At least the switch is pretty quick.
I've been shot by that bastard with the gun.
Oh, I didn't pick up the thing on the floor. It's still telling me right button on the button there.
We're lucky. Odo is on the other side of this gate.
Good. We can still mine a doom essence. You just acquired your first essence. Essences are special items that can be applied to your equipment to provide additional statistics or improve existing ones. Essences can sometimes be found on the bodies of defeated foes or stored with coins and other treasures. Additionally, you will sometimes receive an essence when transmuting your items, with powerful items having greater chance of creating an essence when transmuted. Essences exist for the following statistics: Chaos, Vampire, Doom, Retribution, Stagger, and Warding. Though you can only receive a particular essence by transmuting if the item being transmuted had the associated statistic on it to begin with. Also, it is possible but rare to receive more than one essence when transmuting. Essences may be applied to your equipment in the item screen. Okay. Elliot's of Sanctuary. Nice. Now that. Legionnaire Chapter House, where suddenly it gets very dark.
You're alive? Both of you? I thought I was the only one left.
Odo, you made it. But where are...
The others? The men and women I've kept safe for 30 years? Dead. All of them.
You don't seem hurt. How did you get out?
I rounded up a few of our people. The only ones who hadn't been killed. Renaud, Hannah, and one of the twins from Drakenberg. Giles, I think. We jumped from the second floor of the house, made a break for the woods.
Do you have any idea who's behind this?
I can think of a few possibilities. Jane Cassinder, for one. As long as we're alive, we're a threat. A symbol of the nation she destroyed. And there's the royal court, or what's left of it. They may still blame the Legion for the old king's death.
That's two possibilities. Any others?
Anyone who stands to profit from civil war and bedlam. That's a long and formidable list.
Who else could have survived? We need to find them.
My ward, Anjali. I sent her to keep watch for latecomers. She wasn't at the estate when we were attacked. And there's another survivor, too. The half-blood Lescanzi girl. I couldn't convince her to join us before, but things are different now. Might have been one or two others who hadn't arrived yet when we were attacked. Hard to say.
Odo, who is this ward of yours?
Anjali, my adopted daughter. She's unique. There's a foreign look about her. Resourceful girl. Learned that from me. Fights with a spear. She'll be hard to miss.
What do you know about the Lescanzi woman? You say she has Legion blood, but is she really on our side?
She'll be a delicate problem. I don't expect her to join us. Not yet.
We can't trust her, Odo. She's unpredictable, undisciplined, and...
Doesn't matter. If there's Legion blood in her veins, she's family. I won't forsake her.
If they're alive, I'll find them. Martin, you better stay here.
I agree. You're bleeding, Giscard, and you can barely stand up. I'll do what I can for Martin, but he'll be no help to you, not like this. I'm sorry. You'll be on your own until you find the others.
You know this valley better than me. Where could they have gone?
Raven's Rill. It's the only town in the valley. The people here stayed true to the Legion, even when the rest of Ebb turned against us.
I'll head for Raven's Rill, then.
The town is west of here. Cross the bridge and turn right at the crossroads. Try to find Lazar Basili, the town boyar. He's an old friend and he'll help us if he can. And be careful. Those mercenaries are still here in the valley. Keep your eyes sharp. come back safe.
And look for the big green circle on the floor. Level up. Hoorah. When you level up, you earn ability points, proficiency points, and talent points. Nice and simple then. Spend those to improve your character in different ways. Abilities, these are new actions that your character can take. After you purchase them, they can be mapped to X, Y, and B. There are 9 total abilities you can learn. You do not earn ability points at every level, that's fair enough. Proficiencies, these are upgrades for your abilities. Buying proficiencies allow you to customize the effects of your abilities to suit your playstyle. You earn 1 proficiency point every level except the 5th. At 5th level we receive a bonus point. Talents, these are general improvements to your character and are not restricted to specific abilities. There are 3 tiers of talents. You can only purchase from the first tier now. You will unlock the next one at level 10. You've earned an ability point at this level, so you can purchase a new ability. At this point, you only have access to the recruit tier of abilities, of which you already have 2. Your final ability is your first defensive ability. Please purchase your defensive ability now. That seems a good place to leave this particular episode. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment, and all the good stuff. If you wish to support the channel, by all means, look in the description for the Patreon and donate links. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye-bye.